Rob and I are joined by Wayne Garcia and Alex Pickett, strange over there. Welcome here to Tampa Bay Brewing Company. Thank you for coming.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Alex, you been out hitchhiking or what? Come on, baby. Tell us what's going on.
No.
What's going on in Alex's
still working
world?
on a train hopping trip. So if anybody out there hops trains, I'm with you.
Actually, the King of Pain has been going on in Alex, or the cover story. Wayne, you want to touch on that?
Yeah, King of Pain is actually an interesting follow-up to a story that Eric Snyder did a couple of years ago about a guy who is one of the great victims of our war on drugs and was pretty much brutally convicted of drug trafficking.
Oh, I remember this. Yes.
He was put into jail. He's a guy who had back problems and was a lot of pain, and he had doctors, and they turned out to be sort of quack doctors. Give him a lot of prescription by mail, but they were pills he was taking for his pain. They gave him a 25-year sentence. Well, out of the blue, basically, Governor Christ pardons him, gives him a full pardon, and this is the story of what happens when he gets out and what happened to him in the 3 years. He ended up serving 3 years in prison. He's in a wheelchair. He has a morphine pump, now a Dilaudid pump, to manage his pain. He has multiple sclerosis, and of course, none of that got any better while he was in the big house. So it's both a sad story, but it's very uplifting because this is a very, very courageous man, and he persevered through all of it. I think Eric today called him the most courageous man he knows.
Did he get any money out of being falsely accused?
He has not. In fact, he's in a great deal of credit card debt because the lawyers and things it took to get the. They were going for a commutation of sentence in front of the clemency board, and he got a full pardon. The governor just goes, I think we should pardon this man and set him free today.
And he got freed that day.
That's how much of a miscarriage of justice it was, a mockery of a travesty of two shams.
Well, there's a judge, there's a prosecutor. Yeah, there's a judge.
You would think. Yeah. If not before, now somebody will see this.
Well, hold on a second, Janet. I got a great idea for Alex. Why don't you go to jail for like 3 weeks and tell us about it?
I briefly considered that.
You can't just do that, can you?
Actually, you can, but I believe a Times reporter not too long ago did the same thing to prove about the overcrowding in Pinellas County.
Well, you can do it here in Hillsborough County.
Done then,
What's going on with Native American healers?
Yeah.
Well, I met this interesting woman, Patricia Garza, who's half Native American. She actually has a very interesting story. She was dropped off in the 20s on a white family's doorstep from her mother, because back in the 20s, the Bureau of Indian Affairs had a regular occurrence of sending off Native Americans to the children of boarding schools and whatnot.
Sure.
So to give, I guess, Miss Garza, a good life or whatever, put her on the doorstep of a white family. Didn't know that she was about her heritage until she was a teenager. Found her mother.
Wow.
Learned all about it. She traveled the country. She went to Mexico and wrote romance novels for a bunch of years. And she ended up in West Virginia in her 50s, met a medicine man, and then there you go.
And now they're doing
found out that she was a healer,
kind of, right? Wow, what a story. How do you find these people?
I don't know.
Do they find you now?
I think maybe it's part of her connection.
Maybe it's part of your weirdness as well, though, man, because you come from a different perspective from a lot of people, and they're like, this guy, you know what? He's going to be fair. He's going to tell the story the way it's supposed to be.
I respect the eccentrics.
I
like them and respect them. Yeah.
I know that we're going to be running out of time soon, but I do want to hear about the Rays' new baseball stadium.
Yes.
Wayne.
And that's a debacle, isn't it?
Well, everybody else is excited about it. I love baseball. I grew up playing baseball. I have a place in my heart for baseball, but the fact of the matter is, if you look at all the money we've poured into that other facility on the hopes that it was going to transform our entire community, we could have given everybody incredible educations. We could have really done stuff in this town. And I just think it's fairly ludicrous in this day and age with the budgets we have and the property tax issues that, we're going to build a new stadium for them with a big old umbrella over it.
They're cutting arts and education
for
people that can't afford it, people that can't even, brush their own teeth, but they're getting something out of this artwork and these galleries and all these things that are there for the community to throw up some baseball for people that can afford to go buy baseball tickets.
And what particularly galls me is, and I'm going to write about this for next week, is they talk about there'll be no new taxes for this. But what they do is they divert, and I know because I did this in some of the deals when I was a lobbyist. Okay, I'm guilty, but they divert existing sales taxes that are out there to that use, but that money
they're taking it away from something else.
Then what do? You either cut the services those sales tax paid for, or you find another tax to raise that seems to be unrelated to the stadium.
Hidden.
It's all, it's a shell game, and the fact is, I love baseball, but this town is not embraced baseball, and it has nothing to do with how good or bad the team is. It has to do with the way this town is right now.
But it is a phenomenal stadium.
It would be great to see. I love Al Lang.
Right.
And I love watching the water and doing the whole thing.
Right.
I get all of that, but
But
this is not part of the discussion, and there is no discussion in part of the city about priorities and what this does or doesn't do for us. Hell, the Trop was going to transform that whole area of St. Pete. We're going to have trolleys running there and urban villages, and
it really hasn't done anything except
now it's going to become a great big redevelopment project.
That
for
again
some lucky developer
does the same thing, right? Oh, it'll prop up all the neighborhoods around it.
Yeah,
Speaking of propping up all the neighborhoods,
blasphemy.
what are some see and do's going on that we can maybe go to some neighborhoods?
There's actually a Native American powwow on Sunday.
This guy's good. He's all
9
about
a.m.
it.
to 6 p.m. at the State Fairgrounds. So.
Hey, I got to say, it's an amazing week for entertainment. If you think the week before Thanksgiving, you've got La Boheme is going to be Opera Tampa. Go see La Boheme.
Yeah,
I mean, even if you think it ripped off the plot of Rent, go ahead and see it. And Tori Amos is coming. The Yamato drummers, the big Japanese drummer. If you've never seen that stuff, that's crazy stuff. A play based on the AIDS quilt phenomenon at American Stage.
Yes, American Stage.
Alonzo Bowden, the comic. I mean, it's an embarrassment of riches. We don't need a baseball stadium. We got arts and culture.
There are so many things.
We're just getting better and better at it
every day.
There are so many things happening in our community this weekend. So please pick up your Creative Loafing and check it out.